Hey guys, it's Eddie the Magic Monk. Welcome to another AngularJS lesson. Last lesson we made a little page where we have two text boxes that control the font color and the background color of a paragraph. So if I type, for example, blue, the background color is blue. If I type, for example, green, the font color is green, even though you can't see it properly. But there is what we did last lesson, and if you want, you can go to this page to have a look at the source code, magicmonktutorials.com/angularjs/lesson2.html. Have a look, and now we're up to lesson 3, where we're going to talk about modules and controllers. So far we have done quite a few things. We created some variables, we've talked about using expressions to do stuff with the variables. We've talked about changing how to display things using these variables. But what we want to talk about now is looking at how to organize all this code a little bit better. Because currently you have 3 things all mixed on one page. You've got the data, so the car, brand, model, this is the data, and you've got the how things are displayed, which is the input box, the paragraph, the styling, and so on. So the view that people are going to see. And you've got a bit of the programming. So, well, we haven't really programmed anything here, but let's say there were some things we had to do with the numbers that people input. So I could input first number, second number, multiply them, divide them. You got all this stuff all mixed on one page, and later on when it gets bigger, it can be hard to see how your program works. So we need to organize things a bit better. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a module. A module is like a container. And later on, we can attach little things to the container. So we are going to firstly make up a script and /script just before the body section ends. So we got script and /script, and to create a variable, we're going to create a variable for the module, and let's just call it car app. That's going to be the name of our module, and let's go angular.module, which is the method for creating a new module. So let's call this module car app, and you need to pass an empty string array because this array specifies what this module requires, as you can see here. So the names of modules that this module depends on. So because there are no modules that this module depends on, let's just leave it blank. So that creates a module. To actually use this module on your page, you need to put the name of this module after this ng equals app. So ng-app equals car app. You need to put that there if you want to use the module. Okay, the next thing we're going to create is a controller, and we're going to move some of this data to be passed to the controller. So what is the controller? The controller is just something that controls the data. So the controller needs to be attached to a module. So we're going to go car app dot controller. This will create a controller in this module. And the name of the controller is just going to be car controller, just to keep things simple. And the controller is a function that controls the data. So I'm going to go function. Now the data is the scope, $scope. That's going to be the data. Okay, and the function is the code to be executed, and the function will be provided in the braces. Okay, and make sure you put a semicolon at the end of this bracket. Okay, so let's now let's see what we need to do. So we are going to, just to test that it's working, I'm now going to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this background color thing for now. Okay, if you want to refer back to it, just open up lesson 2 again. Let's get rid of the text boxes. Actually, let's just get rid of all of it. Okay, let's just get rid of all of it because it's still in the other page anyway. And let's just put in ng controller equals car controller. And just to make sure that it's working, I'm going to attach some data to the scope. I'm going to go scope dot brand equals Hyundai. Okay, and then to make sure that it's working, I can simply put brand inside double braces. Okay, so that should prove that this controller is now working because I've defined the controller to attach to the car app. So there's the controller, there's the car app attached to this tag, and the brand is coming from the scope object. So let's save it, test it out in Google Chrome, and you can see it is working. It's got Hyundai, which is the brand. Okay, so let's bring back our JSON object. Okay, let's go to lesson 2, and let's copy and paste this brand out of that. So let's put that in here, car equals, so that's a JSON object, and then I can simply go scope.car equals car. And then to bring that out of the data, I can simply go car.brand. Okay, because scope.car is passed onto this page, and then I have the car, the brand, which is inside the car variable in the JSON object. Okay, so now that should output Hyundai, and let's output a bit of space, and let's output the car.model, which is i20. So let's save that, refresh the page. We got Hyundai i20 listed out. So that's cool. Now the next thing we want is we want to have a few more cars. Right now we just have one single car, which is a bit boring. So I'm going to have changes to cars equal. Okay, and then let's have what sort of cars are these? Let's just put small, right? Small cars. And small cars, I'm going to put in a little array, and in this array I'm going to have a few more JSON objects in the array. So that's the first one, Hyundai, and then let's have Toyota model, what's the small car, Echo, can't remember the newest model, and then let's put in here another small car. Oh, suddenly mind blank. What's it called? Suzuki Alto. Okay, these are all small cars. Okay, so finish off the array. Finish off the car JSON object. Okay, so now scope.cars equals cars. And then in here, to output that something from the array, let's just put in car.brand. Instead of car.brand, let's put in cars.small. And then which one do we want? Let's say we want the second one, small2.brand, and then cars.small2.model. So if I save that, output that onto the page, It's got Suzuki Alto. Now, why is that? Because the number 2 actually refers to the third one. The number 1 will refer to the second one. See, the second one. And the number 0 will refer to the first one. So the counting of an array, the first element is actually 0. Okay, so that concludes our lesson 3. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.